Hey guys, what's up? So the next poem I'm going to be reading is poem 805, and this is called The Worst of Two Evils. The layout to this is actually really different from my other material. I give kind of a metaphor in the beginning and continue it to the end until you realize the point to the story, as the middle is what is going on and what you're trying to figure out. I use the apple as a forbidden fruit, which signifies an evil, and the way they are both positioned on the tree, representing which one is worse out of both. The worst of two evils. A dark night, and beyond the distance there is a tree that stands alone in an open field. As you get closer, you realize it's an apple tree. Unfortunately, there are only two on the entire tree, and at the top, near the black sky, and one on the bottom, hanging. There's a runaway orphan sitting in an interrogating room. An investigator walks inside and takes a seat right across from him. Takes a while for either one of them to speak. The silence becomes overwhelming, so the investigator throws down a folder as photographs fill the table. Ones of fresh dead bodies, others that were skeletons. The boy took a glance at the photographs. They were really gory and disturbing, but he didn't say a word. All he could hear were echoes in his mind saying, "You're just like me." He swallowed hard and finally spoke, trying to show vulnerability. "I was walking in that neighborhood, and I all of a sudden heard a terrifying scream of a woman." The man had a confused look on his face. "Why didn't you just call the police then?" The misfit shrugged his shoulders. "I didn't have a phone on me." The questions kept going on and on for hours. The investigator told him that they've been looking for this man for years. He's murdered all these people, and finally, it's a young orphan that stopped him, that defended himself. The investigator shut the folder and got up. "You are brave, but just remember next time, you are not Superman." The man offered to give him a ride, but the teen said no thank you. He wanted to walk. The runaway orphan walks into an abandoned building with a flashlight. There's a wall with newspaper clippings of criminals, some with a red X on their faces. He goes to the bottom and crosses off with a red pen the one of the man he just burned in the building. He did this with a smile. A dark night, and beyond the distance there is a tree that stands alone in an open field. As you get closer, you realize it's an apple tree. Unfortunately, there are only two on the entire tree, one at the top, near the black sky, and one near the bottom, hanging. Right before you're about to make a choice of the two evils, the entire tree just burns to flames.